Let us see the effect of disturbance in a system. For simplicity, we will take the effect of disturbance only in force or acceleration. In all our previous experiments, we have neglected this disturbance term F. It is easier to imagine disturbance in terms of force. As you can see in the figure, this external force is may be acting on either side of the body along with the control input. So even when the objective will be achieved, this control input will always be acting to counter this external disturbance. So even when the velocity and the position of the body becomes zero, due to this external disturbance, the body will achieve some variation in position and velocity, and to counteract it, control input in terms of U will be acting in the body. An extra effort will be required by the control input to achieve the objective in presence of external disturbance. Let us take few simple cases of external disturbance. The first case is a constant external disturbance, constant force external disturbance. So the equation is x1 dot equal to x2 and x2 dot equal to u plus c, where c is a constant disturbance. So this constant force c will always be there throughout time along with the control input u. So that will be the total acceleration in the system. Let us take another case, say case 2. In this case, the disturbance is a function of time. For this case, we have taken a random number as a function of time. So it is some random value of force acting on the system throughout the time span as disturbance. Let us take another case, case 3. In this, the disturbance is a function of sine of time. So x1 dot equal to x2 and x2 dot equal to u plus sine of t. We will simulate all three cases in Simulink. So now the objective will be to see which kind of disturbance is the most adverse. If we will be able to deal with that, then we will again be able to achieve our main objective in presence of disturbance. In this system, the initial value of position is 10, the initial value of velocity is 5. And here you can see an external disturbance F of constant value is acting along with the control input, which is the sum of position and velocity, which is the negative sum of the current position and the velocity. Let us start with the first case in Simulink. Let us call this system system 1D. So you can see the system definition here as x1 dot equal to x2, x2 dot equal to minus x1 minus x2 plus f, where f is a constant disturbance. Let us take a look at the plots for this system. As you can see, the position as time t tends to infinity settles at 1, settles at the value 1. So the objective is not met in this case. But at least as time tends to infinity, the force and velocity has gone to zero. In this case, as time t tends to infinity, the body settles at position 1. The velocity has become 0. This part of the controller makes the velocity go to 0. It is pretty obvious that velocity, if it is non-zero, then the position would have been continuously varying. Similarly, if the force would have been non-zero, the velocity would have been continuously varying. So the total force or acceleration in this part of the system has to be 0. The total acceleration here is the sum of the feedback and the external disturbance. So the numerical value of feedback has to counteract the total disturbance, and that numerical value of feedback is the sum of position value and the velocity value. The velocity value is already 0. It has to be 0. Thus the position value will be numerically negative of the external disturbance value. So as the value of external disturbance is 1, the position has to be 1. This is a very crude way of looking at the steady state solution for the system. Let us take the next case, the case 2. In this, the external disturbance is a random number which is function of time. This random number generator has a variance of 5, so it can vary from -5 to +5. Because the disturbance is acting in terms of acceleration or force in the system, and it is added to the control input, if you see the plot of the acceleration of the system, it is adversely affected. If you see the velocity plot, it is also affected, but not so much. Again, if you see the position plot, it is affected, but even lesser. So in this case, the objective is obviously not met. The body will be hovering around the origin. Again, as the velocity is integration of acceleration and the position is integration of velocity, these integral blocks are acting as a low pass filter. So the effect of this disturbance is least visible in the position of the body. This is one way of explaining the phenomena. Let us take the third and the final case in which the disturbance is a sinusoidal function of time. The sine wave has a amplitude of 5 units and frequency of 1 radian per second. If we see the plots for acceleration, velocity and position, all three of these are adversely affected by the disturbance. In this case, the body will be oscillating around the origin. One way to look into it is, as the disturbance is a sinusoidal function of time, when it is passed through a integral block, it remains sinusoidal. So, in comparison to the previous cases, the position of the body as well as the velocity is as adversely affected as the acceleration. So we can assume or we can conclude that Sinusoidal disturbance, presence of sinusoidal disturbance will most adversely affect the system. So if we can somehow find a method to deal with the sinusoidal disturbance, then we will be able to deal with almost all kind of disturbance. So how to deal with disturbance? Let us take the first case, the system 1D. In this case, we have a constant disturbance of 1 unit. If the control input itself would have supplied -1 unit along with its original control input, then he could have counteracted this disturbance. Again, in the second and third case, if we would have had a control input which would take care of the disturbance, which would produce some input which is exactly equal and opposite of the disturbance value at that moment, this would have been the easiest way to deal with the disturbance. But our state feedback control system, or our full state feedback control system, is not going to take care of the disturbance on its own. We have to devise some mechanism so that the disturbance term can be counteracted, and the objective is met even in the presence of disturbance.